Tucker and the Prime Minister of Hungary have some thoughts about how to end the war in Ukraine.
What would happen if the West succeeded in killing Putin? What would happen to Russia and its nuclear stockpiles?
Okay, so okay. May I recall one of my experience?
Yes.
So I was prime minister exactly at the time when the change happened in Russia, Putin after Yeltsin.
Yes.
Yeltsin was very weak and getting weaker and weaker. And I do remember the fear of that time here in Hungary and in Europe as well, whether there will be a new leadership or not. So the real fear here was that there will be an anarchy in Russia.
Yes.
Putin is out and no new guy who is coming in strong enough to keep together the country, the nuclear arsenal and the army control and so on.
So if you were in charge of NATO, if you were, say, Joe Biden, what would your next move be in the war in Ukraine? What would you do?
Peace, immediately. Call back Trump. That's the only way out.
Call back Trump.
Call back Trump. Because, you know, you can criticize him for many reasons. I understand all the discussion, but, you know, the best foreign policy of the recent several decades belonged to him. He did not initiate any new war.
Yes.
He treated nicely the North Koreans and Russia, even the Chinese, you know. He delivered a policy which was the best one for Middle East, Abraham Accords.
Yes.
So that was a very good foreign policy. He's criticized that he's not educated enough to understand the world. This is not the case. Facts count, and his foreign policy was the best one for the world in the last several decades I have seen. And if he would have been the president at the moment of the Russian invasion started, no, it would be not possible to do that by the Russians. So Trump is the man who can save the Western world and probably the human beings in the globe as well. That's my personal conviction.
Now, you may not be aware of this fact because it seems like it's been going on forever. The war in Ukraine has been going on for 2 years now. This is 2 years in 9 figures. And I think it's something like $100 billion. Okay, I think that's even more than 9 figures. I think that's pretty much 12 figures. So 12 figures of United States taxpayer money has been sent to fund the war in Ukraine. It seems, honestly, for me looking from the outside in, it seems to have been lost. Ukraine seems to be lower than ever. From what I understand, the Zelensky is actually about to start engaging in peace talks with the Russian president, Vladimir Putin. And it's very interesting that at this stage of the game, nobody's buying that welfare queen Zelensky running around the globe begging people for money. Nobody's buying him, asking for America to get involved in any more capacity than we already are. Nobody's buying this anymore. To me, the war in Ukraine has been one of the biggest grifts that has ever come out of Washington, D.C. All of this taxpayer dollars has gone over there, been washed God knows what way. There has been absolutely no accountability to this money. And the crooks and the hucksters in D.C. just keep on getting fat and happy. It's ridiculous.